We are live. Cool. All right. We'll do something new. We're going to get started on time this year. All right, guys, welcome. Today we're talking about real estate tech and AI. It's 2024. We're going to hit the ground running here. How we all feeling? Excited about the year? Yeah? I'll be honest with you. Back in September, I was feeling a little iffy about how things were going to go, but like December closed out pretty well personally, so things are on the up and up. Hey, I'm Jared Larkin. I'm a sales rep with Chicago Title, for those of you that don't know me. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to marketing, social media, video, and stuff. AI, which I've just been leaning into like crazy, especially the last couple weeks. We started doing this class last year, me and Dylan, and then it just made sense. Come on in, guys. We'll find you a seat. We got chairs on the side. Yeah. But Dylan and I started doing this class about a year ago, just because, ChatGPT, I feel like really blew up. Has everyone dabbled with ChatGPT? Raise your hand. Yeah, it's incredible. Anyone using ChatGPT 4? Cool. The plugins, we're gonna talk about that. And then it just made sense to bring Barry Overton into all this because I've known Barry for about 6 years now, and him and I just nerd out on this stuff and lean into so many things. So Dylan Doyle with Spire Financial, Barry Overton with eXp Realty, Jared Larkin with Chicago Title. How this is going to flow is like this: is I'm going to speak, I'm going to share some stuff that I've been really leaning into to share with you all. Then Barry's going to go, and then Dylan's going to go, and then we're going to wrap this up and try to just keep you guys for an hour. Is that cool? Great. How I like to teach these classes is very casual. So if you have any questions along the way, please raise your hand or yell at me. Would love to talk about it. And then if there's anything that you're doing in AI that you want to share, sharing is caring. That's welcome here. It's a safe space. So please share. Quick little 30-second spiel about me. Jared Larkin, Chicago Title. At the end of the day, I work for Chicago Title Insurance Company, where we'd love to close your transactions, your real estate transactions. And I understand that you all have a lot of choices. I'm sure you have relationships if you're not already working with us. And I really pride myself on leaning into finding ways to partner with you, help you. I love hosting classes and events. For those of you that aren't following me or on Eventbrite, I do about 5 to 7 classes and events every single month. I've actually got 8 to 7, 8, I can't keep up, a bunch coming up. So if you're not already following me on Eventbrite, get my emails. I'm sure most of you, how did you all find out about this class? Was it Eventbrite? Raise your hand. Usually Eventbrite. Facebook. All right, I like it. Good. So the way I do is just value add. All my classes are free. There's no sales pitch. My goal is if Damien shows up to one of my classes or events, he finds value, it's worthwhile, he leaves the room and he says, hey, I'd come back to that again. That was worth my time. So that's always the objective here. So just trying to find ways to help you all. And if there's an opportunity down the road where maybe your title insurance company isn't providing the value that you're looking for, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Outside of this class, I got a lot of other things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a monthly video marketing workshop later this month where you're going to show up ready to film. We're going to film short form video content, vertical 90 seconds or less, and then we're going to edit those videos on the spot. It's a 1.5 hour workshop. The goal is for anyone who shows up to this workshop to leave with an edited video ready to go that you can post online. So if that sounds interesting to you, sign on up. And outside of that, just keep an eye out. I'll have plenty more classes coming along here. Jumping into things, class goals. So we've kind of picked about 10 unique AI tools and resources. We're switching this up every time we do this class. We're actually going to do this class again in about a month from now, later in February. It's going to be completely new things. There's like 3 or 4 things that I've been dabbling with that I just don't feel comfortable yet sharing with you all until I really test it. I'm a big believer and I practice what I preach. So anything I teach on, I'm doing myself in my business, right? I'm in sales, you're in sales, whether I'm sending direct mail, running Facebook ads, messing around with these AI tools. And what I love about these classes is it forces me to like really sit down and learn how to use these. That way I can share them with you all. So I've been dabbling with all these. Those are the ones I want to focus on today. Now, I think there's a lot of ways to use AI. I think some of us are a little bit nervous about AI. I'm a little nervous about it, I'll be honest with you. I was, in November, I had the honor of being part of a mastermind event with Tom Ferry down in Dallas, Texas. There was about 30 of us in a room, just literally in a room all day for 8 hours with Tom Ferry. And some of the stuff he shared, I was like, wow. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but I think now that you can't put your head in the sand, and I'm glad. I commend all of you for being here. I think that's the right move, because right now we can use all these AI tools and resources to our advantage to just make our lives easier, right? Because we all want more time, and that's what I'm finding these are helping me with. So this class was made with AI, right? It wouldn't be an AI class if we didn't use AI to help make it. So if you didn't notice, on the Eventbrite, the imagery was actually created through AI tech, which will jump in. We use Canva for that. Canva AI is incredible. We all love Canva. Most of us are on Canva, right? I'm a huge fan. Canva, I don't know if has anyone messed around with the Magic Media feature of Canva. It's incredible, and it just keeps getting better. Canva has this Magic Media feature where you can go in, write out what you want it to say. It will give you 4 options, and then you can pick and choose those. If you like one, you can pick one. You can say improve on it. And I've started using it now for, I don't know, almost a year, and it just seems to keep getting better. They're adding filters and making it easier. The biggest struggle with any of these systems where you have to type into them to create images or videos or chat GPT is it's all about the prompt, right? You really got to dial in the prompt, and if you're not dialing that in properly and saying and expressing what you want, you may not get the result that you want. So the prompt is important. One thing I'm going to show you when we jump into chat GPT is there's a little hack, there's a plugin that will actually rewrite your prompt for you, which I use every single day, just so I do get my prompts right. But jumping back into AI here with Magic Media, with Canva, I use this for all of my thumbnails. So I'm putting out about 2 pieces of content, videos every single week, and I use it for all of my thumbnails, which I'll show you in a couple slides. Here with Eventbrite, it just keeps getting better. I don't know if any of you guys throw events. I'm a huge fan of Eventbrite for events. I love the email system. I love the whole capability of it. They're implementing more and more AI into this system now, where you don't even have to come up with the event. You can click, here's my idea, here's my event, create it with AI, and they're improving on that. So you can see right here, you can create your event with AI, and then it will go ahead and spit it out for you. Another thing I noticed, they just started doing this, I noticed this about a month ago, is, I'm sure you guys might recognize these emails if you get them from me, is these emails used to be just a simple text you probably got from me. Now you can use AI to write the email for you. I've been using that. I'm impressed with how good they're coming out. They take obviously all the information with the event, and then boom, they push it out via Eventbrite. So that's what we're doing with Eventbrite with AI. Jumping back over into Canva, as it skipped back here. Jumping back into Canva, another thing I want to show you is the AI Magic Media app. So beyond just creating my thumbnails, this is point blank exactly how I create my thumbnails. I type in what I want. I like the different styles of the Canva AI imagery. I'm big into the dreamy style. I then throw my photo on the front and throw in some captions, and that is how I'm creating my thumbnails when I do my video content. One thing where we can take this a step further that's really fun is I always struggle with coming up with what I'm going to say and kind of what the concept is for the thumbnail and for the caption. I'm leaning into ChatGPT to help me with that. So I'm actually using ChatGPT now to help me with my thumbnails if I don't even know what the heck I want to create. So you can see here on this screen, I'm typing in what the video is about, or better yet, I'm copying and pasting the transcript of my video, however you want to do it, and I'm telling ChatGPT what should my thumbnail look like. You can see here it says, color scheme, use bright and engaging colors like red, gold, or blue to grab attention. Red can evoke excitement, while gold signifies the value of the prize. Feature an image of a $100 bill or symbolic representation of money like a gold coin. I got a contest coming up, so spoiler alert, that's the video is going to be posting next week. So I just copied and pasted exactly what ChatGPT said. You can see here Magic Media, there it is. And then it spit that out. I said, that looks good enough. Threw in a photo of myself, and I'm good to go. Again, examples leaning into this, big fan. So that's how I'm using the image editor and imagery. Anyone have any thoughts, opinions, feelings? Any ways they're using it? Okay, how's it going? Welcome. Come on in. We got chairs here. We can move around, find chairs there. We got chairs over there. Okay, next up, Canva. I didn't know this one existed until very recently, the Canva Magic Edit feature. The Canva Magic Edit feature is really fun. What the Canva Magic, how's it going, Dana? How the Canva Magic Edit feature works is when you click on an image, you can edit that photo. Has anyone done this? It's not very obvious. I didn't know it was there until I was clicking around and actually preparing for this. And when you click on Edit Photo within Canva, it gives you this magic studio of all these things you can do. Of course, you got your classic, your background remover. You've got your magic eraser to erase things. You've got a tool where it can expand the image to take up the full frame of the image. And the magic edit one is a lot of fun. So the magic edit one, as you can see here, I took an original headshot of me and I just scrubbed the back of it like this, boom, 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 real quick. I said, hey, replace it with an aerial view of downtown Denver skyline with mountains and the background during sunset, photorealistic, and it spit out a quick background. You can add objects, you can do all sorts of things with this. They're definitely trying to compete with Adobe Firefly, which is another AI editor out there that does some similar stuff. Another one I want to show you is the Canva Magic Expand. So you can see here I got an image, it's a square image of another class I host, and I wanted to expand that. I'm still dabbling with this one, but I said, hey, use Magic Expand, have this take up the full frame, right? And it did its best to use AI to expand this from a square image into a full image, which sometimes I use for my thumbnails. Any questions so far? Great. Next up, ChatGPT-4 ChatGPT plugins. So everyone who's got GPT-4, raise your hand. Okay, so we're using it. Who's using the plugins? Keep your hand up. Yeah? Nice. You liking it? Yeah? Are there any plugins you really like?
Well, okay, so I have to admit my boyfriend helps me with that.
Yeah.
He has it for free with his company.
Oh, nice.
But I mean, yeah, I basically, he'll put in stuff like, here, like samples of what I've written. So it'll be like, this is her, like my writing style, write in this way. Do it at a 9th grade reading level. I want it to be casual. I want it to be lighthearted. And then, yeah, you go back and it like spits back out another one. And then, yeah, rewriting my prompts because I'm never as eloquent as they are in my prompts.
Yes. Thank you. So let's talk about that, Caitlin. So what you're seeing here is ChatGPT-4 and you're seeing ChatGPT plugins. And how this works, there's a ton of different plugins. I'm going to dabble over into ChatGPT here in a moment. But the way it works is it can do a ton of things. So I'm going to pop over into ChatGPT. You can see here when you upgrade to GPT-4, when they have availability, I think it's $20 a month. You can either use ChatGPT-4 itself, or you can jump over to the plugins, which is where I like to live and breathe. Within the plugins, this is where it gets a lot of fun. By the way, GPT-4, the data is going to be more up to date. So what that means is, last time I checked, GPT-4 is up to date as of April of 2023. So we're getting closer to real time here when we do upgrade to just have access to more relevant topics, more relevant events. So within this, you can see plugins. You can have up to 3 plugins enabled at once. And there's all sorts of plugins, and these plugins are used to help you, whether you want to, before you couldn't really like upload documents or search certain things. With the plugins, you can. So you can upload PDFs. You can put in a link to like a video file and say, use this, transcribe it, make it better, whatever. You can use plugins for CapCut, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. The one that I use all the time is this one right here. It's called Prompt Perfect. Okay, I think they give you so many free uses per month, and after that, it's $6 a month. But how it works is I just type in the word perfect, and then I say, hey, give me 15 ideas for video topics on real estate and what I should create videos on, right? And then what ChatGPT does is it will roll through the plugins that you have selected, and it will apply any plugins that make sense of those 3. You can see here, the word perfect signifies to prompt perfect to change up the prompt. If I click the drop down on this prompt right here, it will change my original text of can you suggest 15 video topics to could you please provide a list of 15 specific and engaging video topic ideas that are directly related to the field of real estate. I'm looking for comprehensive and high quality suggestions to create content on in order to cater to my audience's interests and needs. So it just makes it better. So I love this because I always struggle with what I'm going to write in when I'm using these prompts, which is the most important aspect of using all these AI systems, right? And of course, it's going to spit out our answers, as it always does, and we can go from there. Within this system, though, I'll be honest with you, I'm still just scratching the surface. But I've downloaded other ones like Wikipedia, so it can scrape all of Wikipedia, it can scrape all these sources that maybe it didn't have access to before, as it's still continuing to get updated. But within this plugin store, there's all these different plugins for various uses. And when I teach this class again in a month, I hope to share some new plugins with you all that I'm going to be using that will help in real estate. Any questions, thoughts on plugins?
Is there a specific real estate plugin? I keep hearing about it and I cannot find it to save my life. And I'm going to create it if I can't. So, because it has the option to create it with your own voice and all of those sorts of things. Have you found a good one?
I think Tom Ferry has one. Is anyone a Tom Ferry coaching client in here or anything like that? I follow Tom Ferry pretty heavily. I follow his podcast. And he always talks about Tom AI. I'm not sure if it's a plugin.
Pay for it.
Sure.
Because I can make it.
Sure. You make it and we'll all buy it. How about that?
Oh no, but it'll sound like me. That's not safe. No, I kept seeing it. I feel like on Instagram where people are like, "Oh, grab this plugin, do this and that," and I'm thinking you can get pet tips. Pet tips.
Yeah.
I could talk like a vet, but not a real estate agent. Anyway, it's weird.
No, I love it. It's a good question. I mean, it's crazy. Like ChatGPT, I feel like is my Google. I mean, that's what I'm using to find information, pull data, anything when I'm posting or thinking of ideas. It's just so darn good, and it just keeps getting better. So that's the way it's saving a ton of time for me.
So are you saying that we have to take this class like every month? You're saying you're going to do a new one next month, and it's going to have more plugins, more content?
You don't have to do anything, but I am going to be teaching it again next month. One, because this one booked out. We had a bunch of people that wanted to be here, but they couldn't. You can see the room is full. So I will be doing it next month, and there's going to be some new things that I will be sharing. I've got about 4 things in the pipeline that I'm dabbling with right now that are really cool, but I just haven't gotten the grasp on them yet to confidently share it with you guys. So it will be a completely new class in a month from now. Yeah. Okay. How my workflow is and how I'm using these is I use them for my captions when I post my content. So I upload my script to my videos. I then use and post them over here, and that's my workflow. Next up, I want to talk about CapCut. Can you please raise your hand if you've used CapCut before? Okay. Some of us in the room. I'm a huge fan of CapCut. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I was a big fan of Descript, which is also a competitor. It's also a great video editing system that uses AI. But I downloaded CapCut about 3 weeks ago. I've been really diving into it, and I'm blown away by all the great things that you can do with CapCut. I want to show you a few of those. So you can see up on this screen right here. This is the homepage for CapCut on the main browser. Some things you can do from an AI standpoint, as this is an AI class, is first of you that don't know, CapCut is a video editing system. It's free to download. This was what we'll be using when I teach our video workshop in a couple weeks, actually right here in this room if you want to attend. But what CapCut they just give you a ton of editing tools that you can use for free. My background's in video production and making videos. I'm quite impressed with the free version of CapCut. But within CapCut, there's an entire AI section of it. You can see here, there's a couple. One of them is script to video, where you can generate scripts to create videos in just a few clicks. Okay, so you can use CapCut to make your script. Then you can say, hey, take this script and now turn it into a video, which CapCut will do for you. It will put B-roll in the video. If you want someone to narrate it, you can have someone narrate it for you. And it will literally, like within minutes, just spit out an entire video for you on any topic that you want.
It will also give you your live if you want while you're recording.
That's right, it will. It will. Thank you. So you can go to CapCut.com and you can sign up. I highly recommend checking it out. It does a ton. Also, there's templates for those of you if you do want to get into video. Yes, you can create videos from scratch. You can do all sorts of things. It's also got templates that you can basically take and use and upload your clips, photos, videos that are already rehearsed to a song, and it will just basically replace that video with your clips. It's fun for photo montages, which I've used it for. But down here within CapCut, it's called Magic Tools, right? So one feature that they have, I'm not going to focus on this one because I'm going to talk about it in a second, but you can take long videos. Like right now I'm filming this. It's going to be about an hour long. We want to take little bite-sized clips out of that, maybe 90 seconds or less, that are just good little pointers that I can post on social and do that for you. You can do the remove background, but the one that I like down here is script to video. So we could click in here. Let's say create a script on 3 things to know before you sell your home. I'll just keep it very simple. AI writer, click that. Done. How do I want it? Sure. 9 by 16. Let's go British female for a narrator. Okay. Let's generate this thing. 50%, almost there. And it's going to spit out a script, and eventually we're going to turn this into a video.
Create a script on 3 things to know before you sell your home.
Pause that. Okay. We can go into edit video. And as we continue in here, we can start to mess with it. We can have a narrator. The other one I want to show you back here, guys, is they've got AI characters. So if you're not maybe comfortable speaking, you can have the AI character and show that person to speak for you. Look at that. We're motivated. We're already jumping into it. I love it. Can't even wait. We do ad scripts, right? So a ton of things. I'm not going to go too deep into this just because I want to stay on track with time here. And let's keep going. Okay. Opus Pro AI. Anyone heard of Opus Pro AI? Opus Pro AI is perfect if you are doing any sort of long-form video content. Maybe you are doing a podcast. You're recording something like this, a presentation, something where you're having a conversation or you're speaking and you want to take little bite-sized clips and you don't want to do any of the work of finding the little bite-sized clips from what you want. So I think it's perfect for anyone that's doing podcasts. This is going to take all the work and effort out of what you need to do. So Opus Pro, you can sign up. They give you, I think, 130 minutes free if you want to test it out. That's what I did. What I did was I uploaded a video of me speaking and talking about real estate digital farming. Taught a class down in the Springs. And I said, hey, go for it. Make clips that are 90 seconds or less. Try to find topics on real estate farming, HomeBot, Reach, different apps, Facebook ads, farming. That's the stuff I talk about in the class. And then, boom, it does that. You come back in, and then it ranks these clips. So what this looks like if I jump over to Opus Pro, it will rank all these clips. You can see here it just keeps going down. And then it also ranks it from an SEO score from 100% down based on what I'm talking about and how that might rank if you did post it online from an SEO standpoint. And here's the deal. This isn't perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And if I can upload an hour-long video and get 5 instant clips that I can use that already have text and some B-roll, whatever in there, and I can just plug and play with them, that's pretty fun. So what that looks like here, right, I can click into this. It automatically adds all the captions. If I do need to make alterations, I can click this edit clip button. It will then load the clip. I can change it. I can change up the captions. I can change up the colors. I can add in, little emojis, which I'll show you here. So it just does it all for you for those that don't have the time to do it. Because let's be honest, none of us do. And this is one of them that made
Facebook and Instagram ad. For every dollar that I spend, when I set this up properly, I can reach about roughly 100 to 200 people. And it's not random people, it's people that I want to target, right? It is. It's my farm, it's my Instagram, it's my Facebook. We run these brand awareness ads at a very low cost and just run them typically 1 a month, January.
So you get it. So it just creates that for you. Something easy to do. And in my opinion, right, how much is our time worth? I signed up, $10 a month, paid $120, and to me it just was a no-brainer. Any questions on that? Okay. Next up. Headshot Pro AI. Anyone use this one? Yeah? Okay. Mixed results on this one, all right? I taught this class a year ago with Dylan. We did a different one. It was worse. These are getting better, you guys. These are getting better. Shout out to Barry Overton who showed me this one. Headshot Pro AI. Right, here's the goal. Is can I get one headshot, just one photo, right? By using AI and using images of myself that have been taken to have AI create a professional photo with a background that I want that I can use moving forward. So how it works is exactly that. You log into Headshot Pro. It gives you all these tips on how to use it. And then what you need to do is pick your styles. If you want cafe style, alley, park, bookshelf, yellow, right? There's a ton in there. pick the style you want. Then you gotta upload, looks like at least 17 photos. This was the part that was actually really hard. The last system that I used, you could just upload anything, but actually their AI is testing each photo as you upload it. And you can see here I had a ton of them decline, so I had to keep finding photos. but this is the most important part, right? Is it wants you to have success with this. So it's saying, hey, you gotta have the right photos with the right lighting to make this work. You'd say, hey, what do you want, right? Boom, push forward, ready to review. This usually comes out about a couple days later, then they give you, boom, all your photos, okay? So you can see here, obviously, a lot of these don't look like me. And I always do the test with my wife. I did this last year. I sent her a text. So she's on me this year. But last year I sent her a text. I was like, hey, check out these headshots I got. What do you think? And she's like, what did they do to your face? So I couldn't fool her. She was too quick this year. She's like, using that AI stuff again. That doesn't look like you. But anyway, you know, you then select the ones you want. And I think to a stranger, you can get away with some of these. So you get one. I've been dabbling with that one over there on the left. And yeah, that's if you need a quick headshot for 20 to 40 bucks, depending on how many you want. So without further ado, I want to pass this off to the man, Barry Overton. Come on up, Barry. I want you to take over and speak.
All right. Obviously, you can tell that is AI.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I asked it to go to my 25-year-old body. Get rid of the dad bod and give me the 25-year-old body. And I'm 55, so I'm moving into the grandfather body at this point. But I'm really happy to be here with you today. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in real estate for 23 years now, but before real estate, I had another career. I was a Gulf War veteran. I was a sergeant over in the 1st Desert Storm. Denver police detective for many years. Real estate investor before I got into real estate. Got into real estate in 2001. And since then, I've actually written 3 books. I wrote my first book in 2020, and I've written 3 books, or 2 other books since then. I'm a speaker. I've worked with, you probably know Les Brown. Les Brown was one of my coaches. I've worked with a lot of up-and-coming speakers and some that are well-known. Board member of multiple organizations as well. One of the things that's very important to me is being able to give back to community. When I left the police department, I lost my sense of service to others. So being able to be a part of different nonprofit organizations and give back was something that was really important. Is this just the arrow?
Yeah, I got a clicker for you too right here.
Okay, right here?
Yeah, right there. Just hit the up or down.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're all realtors or in the real estate industry here, right? Okay, so one of the things that what I put together, this is going to be 3 different tools that you can use for your real estate business. So I want to not only just share them with you, but show them how to use them for your business as well. Parrot AI, AI voice generator, I think is pretty cool.
This is your opportunity to learn AI technology for real estate from some of the best in the business. Dylan Doyle, Barry Overton, and Jerry Larkin introduce strategies of how AI can simplify your marketing.
Arnold said it. Hey, it must be true. But did that sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger for the most part? Yeah. All right. So imagine being able to send a happy birthday out to, a client or someone.
Happy birthday, Gavin. Make this day the beginning of something fucking epic.
Anybody know Gary Vee? All right. That even the F-bomb, that's all him. And see, so for me, like part of my branding on social media publicly, I don't curse. And it's just been a part of my brand. But behind closed doors, I'm like a sailor. But, so what I saw for this year is I'm kind of chomping at the bit to say some things. I'm letting other people do it for me in some of my videos. So, again, being able to send something like that out to a client or, the Arnold Schwarzenegger component. Go ahead. No,
Sean? Question about that, though.
Yeah.
Can you use that, though?
Well, that's what I'm going to say is that this is more, that's why I make it where you laugh at it, you realize, okay, this has got to be fake. This can't be real. I'm sending it out in text. I'm not putting it like on social media or anything like that. if I do put it on social media, it's going to be so outlandish that you're like, there's no way Arnold Schwarzenegger is talking about Barry Overton like that. But just that's one thing I would definitely say to kind of keep in mind. But it's the thing that allows you to connect one-on-one with your clients. Because if you think about it, we say happy birthday on Facebook to clients all the time. Everyone just types in happy birthday. Maybe we'll throw a happy birthday emoji. Maybe we'll find a video that we could throw up there. But what if you done something a little bit different and dropped in Gary Vee or Snoop Dogg, whoever the case? There's about 7 different celebrities that you can use. I'm having fun with Will Smith's image right now. But just imagine being able to send that out. You get people's attention with that. You get your clients or future clients' attention, and you're just kind of keeping it on a one-on-one type of situation. This is one more. This one I wouldn't use, but again, it's because of what he's saying. But I just like the idea of being able to do this. See if it loads or not.
Oh, come on, Tony.
The reason I've done this one is because it was a little bit longer. It's about 4 or 5 sentences, and I just wanted you to be able to see that. I think you could do like 300 words or something like that in here. But basically, what he was doing, let's see if I can do that.
Happy birthday.
Bummer.
All right, well, Tony's not going to talk.
Sorry, no Tony Robbins.
But basically, it was an ad for my book. It's kind of like an endorsement from Tony Robbins. Obviously, that's something I could not use, otherwise Tony Robbins.
Cease and desist letter.
Yeah. But, again, it's just showing, you can virtually do anything with these. How many of you have heard of Hey Jen? This is one that I just started playing with recently. Let me ask you, how many people in here are doing video content where you're in front of the camera? Okay, all right, a few of us. How many would love to be doing that, but you just have this aversion to being in front of the camera? All right, okay. And one thing that you probably learned and one thing that you probably see on social media is that those agents that are having success in front of the camera, a lot of them, that's solely what they do, and they built a huge business around that. For me, it's one of those things where I'm in front of the camera, I'm behind the camera, I'm looking at unique ways of being able to do it. And so I wanted to find something that allowed you, if I can get you in front of the camera one time for 2 minutes, you could create content forever with that 2 minutes. And what this is Hey Jen, there's a few different tools in it, but the one that I'm using the most right now is the ability to record myself in front of the camera and be able to then take that recording, type a script of anything that I want to say. It doesn't have to have any word that I use in that 2 minutes, and it will create a script. Now, I'll tell you this. I'm going to show you the video here in just a second. It's a work in progress, all right, I'll say that. But one thing I like about this technology is this is the worst it's going to be. It's only getting better. So understanding that, and this is also one of those things I think if someone hadn't heard me actually speaking or know me personally, they may be like, oh yeah, that may be him. And I think this particular one, so what I'm using this for is when I send out my exclusive right to buy or exclusive right to sell packet to my clients, I send out, before this, I used to send out an email that had the first document is the exclusive right to sell listing agreement. This is what it's covering. This is what it's talking about. In this section, you have this. Along with that, it's a square footage disclosure, giving an explanation. So I'm explaining all those documents. At the end, I tell them, hey, if you have any questions, let's jump on a call and I'll be happy to go through it. But what this is doing for me is giving an explanation of the documents that they're about to sign. Now I'm able to do it in a video form. So being able to do that in a video form, again, people are not really critiquing the fact, he's kind of talking like a robot there, or whatever the case may be. They're more of just gathering the information. So I think it's something that you can use from an instructional video type of purpose. Let me just show you here.
Hello everyone, my name is Barry Overton. I am a top producing real estate agent in the Denver market. I want to help you purchase your next home. Please give me a call at 303-668-5433.
That sounds like me.
How many of y'all know Beverly Hills Cop and the Man in the banana in the tailpipe. But again, it's good enough where I can send it out. It gives you enough information, the information that you need, and you're not necessarily caught up in how I'm speaking necessarily. But the one thing that I would tell you in regards to that, if you throw, one of the things that I'm learning, if you throw music underneath this and then have my voice over it, it does help a little bit, because now you're connecting auditorily to the music, the words at the same time. So it does help to kind of break that up a little bit. But again, that's Hey Jen. Like I said, for those of you, none of the words that I said in here were part of the 2-minute video that I created. The 2-minute video I created, other than my name, I said my name and I talked about me and who I am. And then literally, I downloaded this, created the 2-minute video, wrote the script, all in about 30 minutes, all right, and had this product back in that time. So it's a very simple, piece to use. That's the other thing that I want you to understand. Parrot AI, same thing. Literally, as long as it takes you to type a script is how long it takes to be able to generate those different videos. So very simple to be able to use as well. All right, we're going to switch over to Dylan, and I'll be back here in just a second for one other area.
Microphone on. I got you.
This one. There we go. Good to go, man. Awesome. Thank you. So my name is Dylan Doyle, loan officer here in Denver. Been doing this presentation with Jared for about a year. We do just kind of add stuff, remove stuff. So definitely check out the upcoming one in February. It's 22nd. And we'll kind of add some stuff. I mean, I really like what Barry's doing with that last video piece. I'm not a big video guy, so we'll kind of go through a couple here, and I'll click around. And if you have questions, we'll kind of go through this. So Microsoft Designer, I've been playing with this a lot. This is really good for flyers, kind of anything and everything that you just want to get a start with on a foundation of imagery stuff. So you'll kind of go and this is an example. You put something in here and it's going to give you an image based on what you put in. We'll kind of talk more about prompts here in a second. But this is what it gave me when I put in a photo of Denver with a mountain backdrop. So the more specific you are with this, the better. Like a lot of this stuff, it's evolving. You know, when Jared and I started this a year ago, a lot of this was not this good.
That looks clean.
Yeah.
For the fact that all you had to write was a photo of Denver with mountain backdrop, that looks really good. Because you used to add in all those things like photorealistic, 8K, this style.
Exactly. So that's what I was going to say next is the more specific you get, the better it's going to look. And they have other options here. So you'll see image creator was the one we just looked at. Design creator is kind of more of like a postcard type stuff.
What's this called again?
This is Microsoft Designer.
Microsoft Designer.
Yeah, so this is Microsoft Designer. And then there's a bunch of different options here. One of the things I really like, which is in Canva, is the background remover. So you can take a photo that might have a background that you just don't want, and you can kind of put it through here. I really like Canva a lot. I think this is kind of catching up in some respects to Canva. So we'll kind of keep moving here. This is the next one that I really like. So let me kind of click on this, and we'll go to this really quick. So what this is going to do is run you through, let me just get in here. So this is a good foundation for presentations. I do a lot of first-time homebuyer presentations. For you, I'm sure a lot of you are doing maybe market presentations, analysis, stuff like that. So these are a couple that I made in 15 minutes last night. And I like this because it gives you a good, like I said, foundation kind of framework. You can get in here, you can edit it and update it. And a lot of this information is really accurate too. So this one was just residential mortgage outlook for 2024. I actually grabbed this image from Microsoft Designer, but it will throw images in here. They're a little cartoony, so just know that you can replace them. You can do different layouts. It'll give you all this information, so I didn't put any of this in here, but I like it just because it gives you a nice kind of blueprint. You go in there, you add your stuff, whatever you want to customize it with. You can add other slides. This is free for the first like 5 presentations that you do. It'll give you graphs. You can add stuff to this as well. One that I thought I can't remember which one it was. I did, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like how it came out. So I just regenerated it, and it'll create different stuff every time. So yeah, great question. This is another one, kind of a different aesthetic. First time home buyer stuff. Kind of gives a first time home buyer presentation. And again, for me, this is cool. I do a first time home buyer presentation on Canva. And this just gives me a good framework if I wanted to go in here, add my own imagery, add my own branding, and then within an hour you kind of have a good slide deck to start with.
Now, how detailed do you have to be when you ask
Honestly,
to have this created?
What you're seeing for the title, that's what I put in. So you don't have to be super specific.
Yeah.
The next thing we're going to talk about is prompts. So kind of what I'll tell you on prompts. Let me just find where we're at here. Prompts is going to be the name of the game for all these. The more specific you can be, the better. These are an idea of kind of different prompts, so you can put act as advertiser, act as best-selling author. When you're doing ChatGPT or any of these, specifically, these are a little more specific to ChatGPT, but it'll give you a different tonality. It'll give you a different sort of blueprint as far as if you're writing a cover letter or an essay and you're specific on that, it's going to structure it that way, which I really like as far as just how to manipulate these different apps. It's really going to help to know how to put information in. And kind of going back to the photos that we saw, like the headshot ones, Barry's and Jared's turned out good. I had, kind of crap in, crap out.
Dude, you're so great, man. What do you mean?
Wild. So, same thing with this. The better the information that you can put in, the better. So, I really like these ones too. Like use Shakespearean style, act as business consultant, and if you do these, you'll immediately see, and you can kind of in that chat, you can go back and forth with it. So, kind of to your point, if it gives you something you don't like and you respond with this, it's going to take the previous one, spin out a whole new one with a different tonality.
Pretend you're a 9th grader?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, any questions on any of this stuff? Cool.
Prompt is everything.
Yeah, we've condensed this a lot, so I would just tell you, like, if you're having questions on any of this, contact Jared or I or Barry, and we've done this now a couple of times, so we have stuff that we've kind of removed because there's new stuff. Again, this is just kind of something that I put in here. If you go to ChatGPT and you say, hey, give me the best prompts as a real estate agent on how to use AI. This is what it gave me. I didn't mess with it. It actually spit out like 10. These are the 5 that I thought were the best. And it's just really good to know and kind of get a direction. Obviously, you're the expert. I think right now at this stage that we're in with this stuff, it's kind of a tool for you. It's not going to replace you. These are language learning models, so they're not to the point where they're going to take your job, right? It's just a tool for you to kind of cut down on time if you're doing listing presentations, things like that. I know, and I think this was either going to be on our next one, but there's one that is a photo AI where it'll actually give you a listing description or a photo description based on what's in the photo. So if you're a professional photographer, they put in a photo of the kitchen, it kind of gives you that description of hardwood floors, granite countertops, and then you're not wasting 2 hours trying to put together a description on what's in the photos.
That's cool.
So Barry's going to take back over on this one because he's kind of the expert. So
All right, thanks, sir.
Yeah.
So, and just to kind of piggyback on what Dylan was saying in regards to the video and the AI. Again, this is just number one. If you're not doing that in your business and you've been wanting to do it, and you know how important that is to your marketing, these are some very simple ways to be able to get involved in those areas. And if you are doing it and you're very proficient, I can tell you, me and Jared, we edit video all the time, but that key word, time, it takes up a lot of it. And I run a team. I got an organization of 86 agents. I still do production myself. I'm involved in other ventures, and so I don't have a whole lot of time. So when I can use different pieces of technology like this, it just makes things so much easier. So definitely dive into these things. So Revaluate, how many have heard of a Revaluate or anyone using Revaluate? Okay. I can tell you, the first time I heard about this was from Jared in his first class about AI. And out of that class, everything that he talked about, this is the one that I jumped on. And I tell you, it is paid for itself.
Other way. There we go.
It is paid for itself tenfold within the first month of having it. So what it is, we've heard about AI technology that will give you a list or a database of likely movers, people that are likely to buy or sell in the next 6 months. Everyone's heard of that, or most have heard of that? Okay, the problem that I had with that is you're giving me people that I don't know. I wanted technology that would give me people that were right here, that were already in my cell phone, that I had a relationship with. And when I got a text, like I do every morning, that says, hey, Amy Smith is ranking 80% on your Revaluate. That means I need to call Amy Smith and find out what's going on in her life. And I get those texts every day through Revaluate. And so there's a couple of different components to it. The first one is, I'll step over here, the repair. This helps to improve and enhance your database. So it's going to take you're able to download your sphere of influence, your database, into the system, and it's going to correct. It's going to take some of those, if you have like double emails for the same person, things of that nature, it's going to do the cleaning of your database. And then reside. How many people are farming in the neighborhood? All right, have you been farming for more than a year or so? Think about this. Think about being able to farm a neighborhood that maybe you're involved with. They know your face. They see you on the bus bench, or they see you in the monthly mailing. They see you at the different events going on in the neighborhood. You don't really know them. You don't have a relationship with them, but they're starting to get to know you because they see you all the time. Well, here, now you're able to, with Revaluate, drop your farm, drop your neighborhood, the addresses in your neighborhood into the system along with your personal database, and it's going to give you that same information. So now it becomes a little bit easier to reach out to these people that are in your area, and now you know that they're ranking high on as being a likely mover. And then the reveal are those folks, like I said, that are in your cell phone, the people that you already know, that you have a relationship with. And when they're ranking high, you're going to get that text message as well. So again, as the first steps to it is you're going to share your database. Revaluate is actually based right here in Golden, Colorado. So I love that about them. We put on a Back to Basics boot camp. We had Revaluate there as one of the sponsors. So I got to meet the CEO of the company. Great guy, and he's really just excited about getting this into the hands of more real estate agents. As I mentioned before, they're going to detox your list. They're going to take any of those outdated information or double emails that you have. They're going to take that out, and then they're going to score those people that you have into the system. And then they're going to show you, they're going to give you information on how to leverage as these people are ranking high. They've actually added, I don't know if you know this, Jerry, but they've actually added another aspect of a report card. So now it's kind of, it's just depending on if it affects you or not, they let you know your database is an F, or your database is C-. But the beauty of that is when they scrub it and they look at what you have in there, they're going to tell you this is where you need to correct it. Let's get it up to a B plus. Let's get it up to an A minus. But what that does for you, it only makes the information that you're getting back from it better. So that's something that they just added like in October. So, you know, one of the things to kind of keep in mind, we've already always heard that 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7 people that are in your phone out of 100 will buy or sell this year. The key is knowing who they are. That's 6 people out of 100. So it's like a needle in a haystack. Well, this helps you find the needles by that 6%, you know, because imagine, I'm saying 6 out of 100. What if you have a database of 1,000? We're talking 60 people in your database that are going to be selling. What if you just got half of them? You know, because you were first, you knew some information that had you reach out to them. I'm going to tell you a story about how this worked for me here in just a second. Okay, and so this is what, you know, a lot of times people are thinking, okay, well, what is it tracking? How is it determining who's a likely mover? And you would think, okay, they're on Redfin, they're on Zillow, they're searching for houses. And it's none of that. It's these life-changing events. Divorce, death, diapers, diamonds, I guess the one with D's there. Downsizing. You know, I've had, and I can tell you, last year, I had almost every one of these.
Wait,
I think so.
dumpster?
I have no idea.
Is that a flip?
Renovation.
Flip?
Yeah. I guess they had to figure out how to stay with the D's there. But one of them that I don't necessarily see on there is moving out of state. How many people had clients that sold here, moving to another state, or coming here? And that was something that, again, I helped 2 of my clients sell here and move to other states. And guess what? Because of the company that I'm with, I was actually able to get paid on the other end as well by connecting them with an agent there. But it was through Revaluate of knowing some of these people, and because they were ranking high, and these are the things they were searching for. They weren't searching for houses necessarily. And if you think about it, last year was probably a major year for all of this because no one was moving. Who do you think, if anyone moved last year and said, oh, you know what, I just want to buy a new house. It's time to get a new house so I can pay this 7.5%, 8% interest rate. No, everybody was, I'm waiting. But if something was happening, a life event that told them, I have to move, I have no choice at this point. Those are the people that were moving. We're still going to see some of that this year, probably the next year. You know, as these interest rates, if they do continue to go down or they go down, we're going to see some of those that are taking advantage of that. But I love this tool because of this, because of that aspect of it. And then, so here's some of the data sources: different government websites, search engines, your spending habits, social data. So again, it's Big Brother at work, but in this instance, it's working for me. So, but again, it shows you here, once your database, this is the back end of the system. So I think this is like 103,000 contacts that are put in. So it's showing you 5,400 likely movers.
Yeah, it's a big data set.
11,000 engaged movers. Now, my database, I have 2,000 that are in there. And so my numbers are different than this, but again, just understanding that when it's telling me, so when I click on likely movers, it's giving me all the likely movers. Guess what? This is how I know who I need to talk to today. All right, if I haven't talked to them already, just by going through that. All right, and then once you click, so you go here, you can actually click on one of the prospects, and you're going to get more detailed information from them. I think you actually add the picture. I don't think it's that deep into it. Yeah, but you can see there's a lot of information there, and it's just pulling from public information. I mean, we got their salary that's on here. You know, if it's pulling from LinkedIn, there's so much information that you can be able to pull from there as well. So you can see how this can be a great tool for you to be able to use. And one of the things I wanted to kind of share with you, so I was in this class, was it maybe March, April, you done this
it's all
before?
blur.
Probably by June, I started talking to Revaluate like around May. I was trying to set up a deal for my whole organization, so it took us a little bit of time. I got signed up with them in July. By August, I had a listing on the market from when they first dropped this. The very first messages that I got, I started calling those people. And one of those people, lo and behold, they just had a baby. The baby is 6 months old. They're in a 1-bedroom condo. It's too small. We just we went on the market in August. We sold their condo, purchased a new home, and closed all of that in November. And what I paid for this, I think, it's $1,200 for the whole year, I believe, or $1,500, somewhere right in there. I mean, I made that tenfold by being able to just tap into this database. And the crazy part of it is, I knew these folks had a baby, and it didn't really dawn on me that they may be making a move. So, I mean, again, it just shows you. And I've had, like I said, I had some other folks that right now we're in the funnel. They're talking about, so many people are talking about moving to different parts of the country, and being able to see when they're ranking high. Now, I don't call and say, hey, a little AI bird told me. No, I'm just checking in. I'm just seeing how are things going? How's your year? And checking in, and many times in those conversations, it comes out, this is what we're thinking about. I'm glad you called. Man, it's crazy how you knew to call.
What a coincidence.
So that is Revaluate. If you are interested in learning more, I'm happy to talk to you more about it. Definitely I can get you connected with the folks at Revaluate as well. But it's, like I said, it's just been a great tool to be able to use. And really, for those, I don't know if anyone's doing like a greatness tracker or a Ninja or something where you're making your calls every day. Think about being able to target who you're calling. I mean, this really helps you to make better use of your time when you know that the people you're calling are ranking high. All right. Do you want to all of us come back up? Or?
Sure, yeah, I think that's the end of it, and we're wrapping up here on time here. Guys, by the way, Revaluate's a Chicago title partner, so what that means doesn't mean I make any money or anything, but if you do mention you were referred from Chicago title, they're going to give you a discount, which Barry, I would assume you got that discount. Good. Guys, there's a ton of other apps. Obviously, we don't want to overwhelm you with too much stuff, but we got a ton of other stuff in here. Like I said, in a month from now, we're going to have another class. I've already got 3 or 4 things in the pipeline that I want to speak on in about a month from now in February. Dylan, I want to hear more about that AI tool that you're using for imagery to make those descriptions. But if you want to follow some helpful accounts that are really following the AI world, thanks Dylan for putting this slide together. AI Revolution, ChatGPT Tricks, the AI page, the Lazy Agent, that's a fun one. And if we want to dive deeper into that, we can. And good little quote to finish this out. AI won't replace you. Someone who knows how to use AI well will replace you. So don't worry about being replaced. Worry about getting into this. Guys, if you want access to this slide deck, I'll leave this up here for a couple seconds. You can scan that good old QR code. What that will do is that will take you to a landing page of mine. And if you sign up and put your email in there, it will instantly send you an email with slide decks, actually all the slide decks to all the presentations that I teach, and you'll see it right in there, and you can just download that as well as all the other ones. Thank you all for being here today. We appreciate it. I know it was a tight squeeze, so thanks everyone for fitting in. And keep an eye out on Eventbrite. We'll be doing a lot more classes and events. Stay tuned. And that's it. Any questions? Yeah, what's up?
Top 3 that we should be concentrating on.
ChatGPT.
Got it.
Canva AI. If you want a little teaser for the next one, Be Human. Anyone heard of Be Human? So Be Human. I'm still onboarding right now. But what it is Be Human. You can literally create a clone of yourself and send video messages, email messages, and say that first person's name through AI. And it looks really real. It's crazy. Starts out at $40 a month to send up to 200 custom AI versions of yourself, where we'll literally say, hey Barry, hey Dylan, and you don't have to do anything, right? So you could do this and apply this with happy birthdays. Hey, I know you closed on your home a year ago. Congrats! Like it can again take some of that workload and make it feel personal, and it's very scary, real looking. It's insane. It's like nothing's real anymore, you guys. So that's a crazy one if you really want to dabble into something that I'm looking at. Yeah.
Do you pay for Eventbrite?
I do. I think it's like $25, $30 a month. Big fan of Eventbrite. Here's why. When I set up my events, for whatever reason, Eventbrite is very good at getting cold emails into people's inboxes, right? So obviously I will upload the list of real estate agents and I'll send that out. The free version, you can set up to $250 per day. If you upgrade, you can send up to 2,000 per day. So if you have a bigger list, it makes sense. It just depends. It also depends on how big the event is. But
what about the AI part where you said you could like?
That, as far as I think it's just free. I think it's just free within Eventbrite. Yeah. Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Boom.
Okay, I'm curious from each of you, how many tools are you using, let's say weekly, and what's your approximate monthly cost to carry all of this AI?
You know what? That's a really good question because I just started writing that down. So I keep just kind of like a list of like things I want, like video topics. You know, basically my rule is this: is that if a real estate agent asks me the same question at least 3 times, I got to make a video on it because I don't want to keep explaining it over and over again, right? Hey, here's a video on this. So this is kind of like my scratch pad of things that I just add on videos. So I'm big into making videos. Let me plug in here. So down here, ChatGPT, I'm paying $20 a month. I just started doing that, which I'll lean into because it makes sense for me because I'm doing a lot of content creation. That Prompt Perfect plugin that I showed you is $5 a month. I schedule all my social media content. Again, this isn't for everyone, but I do it. I pay about $19 a month for that. That Opus Pro system that I showed you, I signed up for that for a year. That came out to about $10 a month. And then CapCut is $5 per month for the Pro version, which I pay for. Eventbrite is how I get you all to show up to these classes, so that's very valuable to me. So that's about $30 a month. And then last one. Okay.
Yeah.
How much was it? 86. All right. And then Reach, which is a texting app. You probably all got a text from me. That's a really cool one. It's $6 a month. Comes from my phone. It's personalized to you. Big fan of that one.
Are you using some kind of CRM? Or have you like pushed that away to then use some of these tools that better integrate? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Chicago Title's got like an internal CRM. I'll be honest with you, I use a little bit of that internally, but there's not really an outsourced CRM that I really use. Go ahead.
Yeah, I use Co-Video. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but you can actually put a video into the email, and when you open it up, there's the video there's first, then the text. They click on the video, whatever message you want to say is there. You can put a landing page, so you can have other buttons. So like for this event, I had a video explaining what the event was and said, click down on the link below to register, and they can click down. I think I paid $69, and that's probably the top use of it.
It was
Co-Video.
Co-Video.
Much like BonBon, but I like it better just because of the landing pages, and everything is custom, so you can put your own images and everything on the landing page. Change out the call to action buttons on there as well.
So I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think of like how this can function very practically.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because there's like so many ways you can go, right? Yeah. Are you keeping a client, like what I'm trying to drive at is like you have a client database somewhere that then has to integrate and know sort of how to point these things at people. Like how do you manage your data? Like you said, you maybe have like 1,000 or a couple thousand.
Yeah. So like for instance with Revaluate, I can, I already have that in a Excel spreadsheet. I drop that same Excel spreadsheet into Co-Video.
Okay.
So I have them there. I have my team is in there. If I do a networking event, I can drop them in there.
So there's some kind of importing, exporting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically all of them are Excel CSV files, like you said. You're just going to need that.
Okay.
And also, just to go back to your original question, a lot of these, they have a free version on there. And I always start with the free version. And if I find myself using it, and I'm like, okay, I'm limiting myself, then I pay for it. But some of them I've used and I never go back to it. So I would definitely say use the free version if you see that, okay, this is something I'm gonna really use, and pay for it.
last comment on that. I'm probably a bad example of just using one CRM, but I'm a big believer in what can I automate out, right? Title insurance is a very high volume business. A lot of people stay in front of constantly. So what can I automate out? One thing I automate out is my email drips. So I'm a big fan of MailChimp. If you have an internal system, great. But I set up email drips that are evergreen. So like if you signed up right now on my website for whatever reason, you would get placed and sent email one, which I created over 2 years ago. It doesn't matter because it's all evergreen content. I run a lot of Facebook and Instagram ads. Again, I schedule those out. I'm always got an ad running for January, February, March, and again, it's just done. Texting, I'm a big fan of Reach.io. That's how I got it out to all of you. And just text blasts out and Eventbrite's for my events. But again, it comes back to how you operate your business and what you're leaning into. Yeah, good question.
Virtual staging, what do you guys recommend? Virtual staging?
Yeah, I actually use Fiverr for that. We actually just had that question come up in our group. Fiverr has some really good ones in there. You can kind of look. Are you familiar with Fiverr?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Upwork, right?
What's that?
It's like Upwork.
Yep. Yeah. And you can look for. There's some that are not so great. Some that are really good that you can't really tell that they're virtually staged. But you know, I've got 10 photos for $50. You know, on some of them. So
I love Fiverr. I'm paying a guy right now in Pakistan $250 to redesign my website. It's like 6 years old. I'm doing a revamp. It's got like 500 reviews. I outsource all my video edits, all my short form content. I outsource it to a guy on Fiverr. I pay him $5. And it's, big fan of Fiverr. Yeah.
You said Box.
Oh, Box Brownie.
Box Brownie's
It's
another
old
one. Yep.
school, but it works.
Yep.
And I would say that the staging, as long as you are really specific about what you want,
But
is pretty good.
Box Brownies.
That'll
work. What?
See that?
That's not the best thing for us to know.
Yeah. The name makes no sense, but they also do like some basic photo editing to brighten things up.
Yeah.
$1.40.
Yeah, the sunset, sunrise.
I do it all the time for that one photo that just needs to be awesome, and then the rest of it can look like a normal house. One just needs to be awesome.
Yeah, right.
But they have
Floor
virtual
plans.
staging for sure.
Yeah, you can see here's the prices. Love that. Thank you. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
Are you outsourcing your travel videos?
No. That's painfully long. I know. You find someone that good. Something really good like that.
Are you even really in bail?
What's that?
Are you really even in bail?
Yeah, right. It's everything's fake. You can't trust me. Stay tuned. AI, me coming your way soon. Text. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks again. Appreciate y'all being here. I'll follow up with y'all via email. And take care. Grab a breakfast burrito with Dylan Doyle, about 50 of them. Shout out to Spire Financial. Thanks, Dylan. $250. Here, let me just shut off this live video real quick.
Thank you, Jared.
Of course, thanks.